Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is my Pandora hits and misses, not just for January 2025, but also for the months that I missed last year, August to December. As you can imagine, I have a fair amount of Pandora to share with you, and it's going to be completely random. So let's jump right into it. So first, I want to share this little monkey that I purchased from Cabo in Mexico. And this little guy is so cute, and he is not available where I live in Canada. So I was super thrilled to see him at the Pandora location in Cabo, and also to see that he was 70% off. I was not expecting how much tax there is in Mexico on Pandora items, so that definitely did increase the price, but this little monkey was worth it. So starting at the bottom of the monkey, there's a little CZ right there, and I like to think that's where his belly button is. His legs move back and forth, and you can see that they even gave him little detailed toes as well. And then in the front, he's grabbing onto a little gold-plated banana. I believe that's got to be gold-plated. Yeah, that won't be actual 14 karat gold. He's kind of grabbing onto the banana. He's got a cute little face and his little ears. They gave him CZ eyes and a little smile as well. And then his tail is what kind of creates the bail that he dangles from. And I like that his back and his front move independently like that. So this little cutie is such a nice little memento from Cabo, and really happy to have him. I've been wearing him on this one leather bracelet here. I did bring this leather on my vacation, and this is where he's been since then, but I might add him to a bracelet design. These three charms are the blue opalescent charms, and this is a bit of a miss for me. I don't know why I am struggling so hard to design with these blue opalescent charms. Every time I add them to a bracelet design, it doesn't last long, and I just end up taking it off because it just doesn't look right to me. And I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I need to add a fourth, but I think I figured it out. I think that this shade of the blue needs to be with like a newer Pandora charm that's kind of a little bit brighter, no oxidization at all. Let me show you what I mean here. I'm just going to add an older Pandora charm and a newer one next to this blue opalescent. And do you see what I mean? Like the oxidization on these older charms just doesn't complement the brightness of this opalescent charm, whereas the bright silver, like this little frog prints that I've recently picked up, I think it just tends to go a little bit more easily. So in my Pandora collection, I've been collecting Pandora since 2009. So I do have a variety of charms. A lot of them, though, the older charms do have the oxidization, and it's just not combining well. So for me, I kind of regret that I did purchase 3 of these. I wish I went with a different tone. I do have 2 of these pink opalescent charms, and I was thinking that this is a nice combination with the blue. So I might try to do a design that's more color heavy using these pastel colors and a little bit less silver. Not quite sure yet, but yeah, this is my first miss that I wanted to share with you, is how hard I am finding these blue opalescent charms to design with. I originally had the blue opalescent charms on my Winnie the Pooh bracelet, and that design did not last long because I do have some older charms on here, like in particular this little Eeyore right here. You can see how detailed he is, but Pandora used a lot of oxidization in order to give that details. And I just didn't like the combination of the older charm combined in with these blue opalescent. So I redesigned this bracelet recently, very recently, and I really like how the colors are all coming together on here. I picked up a second of these green mini Muranos, and so I've got now the pair of them. And then in the center, I have this one Murano with the raised pink flower. Do you remember when Pandora created this one Murano? And it didn't last long in their inventory. I'm not sure why, but I have only one of this one in my collection. And I thought the combination of the green and the pink was just a little playful, and it kind of suited the Winnie the Pooh theme. So this is how I currently have my bracelet design. I've got Christopher Robin at the end, the little older sunshine. Here's an older Pooh sitting in a honey pot. These are the freehand heart clips that I recently picked up, and that little touch of Pandora rose kind of goes with the piglet over here. This is the older Tigger, and he's holding a pink flower, so this is the pink flower right here. And then I've got the newer Eeyore combined in with the older Eeyore on this side. So you can see the difference between Pandora's design from new to old. In the center of this bracelet, this is a charm that I recently picked up pre-loved. Actually, I don't think it was that recent. I think it was probably in the fall, autumn of last year. And this one I think is called just the Pooh and Piglet Dangle Charm, double dangle. The bail on this one is so pretty with the flowers. They did such a beautiful job on this bail. And then let's take a look at the actual charm. You've got different enamel for the flowers. It looks like a little bumblebee in the top corner there. And then you've got Pooh and Piglet, and they added some enamel to their clothing. And then there's an inscription, it's not what we have, but who we have. And then I also like that the back of the dangle, it's not flat, the characters. They do have a little bit of texture there. And then the back of this double disc is extra sweet. Like, look at that. Isn't that whimsical? They did such a pretty job on this dangle. The cost of this dangle, it is still available with Pandora. It's $105. Pandora had a price increase, I believe, last fall, and a lot of their Disney items went up quite a bit. But $105 for this dangle, like, I think that's absolutely crazy. So I was very happy to find it pre-loved. And then this is the Disney 100 Winnie the Pooh, and I'm really happy to add, this is my second one, so this is where I added him to this bracelet just to have a little bit more Pooh representation. And then moving down, we've got the little dangling Tigger. This little moon represents a Winnie the Pooh book that I used to read to my children every night, and it was like a good night story. And there is like them saying goodnight to the pink moon in the sky, so that's what that represents. A little bit of whimsy with this frog on top of the little mushroom house, and a butterfly. So taking a look at this bracelet, I'm thinking that I do like the combination of the green and the pink, but there is one Murano that I can't get out of my head. And you know, with Pandora, there's always items that kind of get away, the ones that got away, that ones that you've been trying to track down pre-loved. And I have never found this Murano, an authentic version of it, pre-loved. So I dug out my August 2017 catalog to show you this Murano, and it's right at the top, and it's called Flower Garden. And it is so pretty. I think Ellie has this one. It's got some deep pink with some green, and then a lighter pink or white, I'm not sure. But this Murano, I really wish I can at least get one of these pre-loved, because I think it would be so pretty to have this Murano on this bracelet design right in the center. It would tie in the green, it would tie in the flowers. In the meantime, I think this is a very good placeholder, but I really wish I could find that other Murano. And I thought you might be interested to see the other Muranos that were available in 2017. Excuse the, I think I circled or squared 2 of these. But here are the other Muranos that we had. The pink field of flowers and the purple field of flowers were very pretty. And then we had some of the glitter. And just kind of moving down, the red twinkle. That one has a nice little splattering of gold dust on top of a beautiful shade of red. The fascinating Muranos were still in stock, and obviously I really wanted the blue fascinating. And then some pink shimmer. And then on this side of the page, we have some more shimmer Muranos. The purple shimmer and the dark purple. Those ones are very popular pre-loved, especially the dark purple. They always sell really quickly. And then we have the effervescence. And then at the bottom, back in 2017, the Starry Night Sky. It's hard to believe that that Murano was that old, and it wasn't even new back then. So it came out even before then. And then we've got the Wildflowers. That one is also very popular pre-loved. It seems that anytime there's at least 2 or 3 color tones within a Murano, it's sought after. Ice Drops was new then. And yeah, that's it for Muranos, because then we're going into gold. So while that beautiful Murano has been escaping me, I did manage to find something that's been on my wish list for a very long time. And I'm going to show you the catalog picture, and then we'll take a look at what it looks like. So Winter 2013 collection, and it was just recently released, and these are the night and day clips. So you've got the sun on one side and the moon. So I was super thrilled to finally find a beautiful pair of these clips, and they are in fantastic condition. So you've got the sun on one side and the moon on the other. There is one tiny little CZ and a star. The eyes are a little bit blank on the moon. I kind of wish they just, well, maybe Pandora did the best they could, because it's probably a little bit tricky to design. You can see though how the sun and the moon, they take up a large amount of space on these clips, and then rotating it around, you can see how beautiful condition these clips are. So I was super happy to finally find a pair of these in great condition. So moving on to a bracelet design, this is one that I've been working on very slowly over the last couple of months. And this is my bracelet dedicated to my dog. So I've been adding charms, taking charms away, and I think it's coming together really pretty. I'll show you how it looks on my wrist so you can see. This is a bracelet that's got no clip station, so all of these charms will just free float. And I really do enjoy this bracelet design, because sometimes the clips, it just kind of makes it a little bit harder to design with. So my dog, his name is Cash. So I'll just kind of quickly show you the charms that I've added to this bracelet. This one here I recently shared with you that I purchased, and it's just the way that this little llama is standing, like perfect posture, and just the way he's staring intently reminds me of my dog when he wants something. My dog is obsessed with doing dishes, so he will not rest until dishes are done, much to my kids' annoyance. This is a charm that my son gifted me. It's one of his first gifts to me from Pandora. And then this represents my dog's name, Cash. This is the year that my dog was born, in 2011. So he is going to be, actually no, not the year he was born. This is the year that we received him, that we found him. So in 2011, he was born in 2010, so he's going to be 15 at the end of this month. And his nickname is Pooh Bear, so that's where this Winnie the Pooh charm comes from. And I recently showed this one, my fur baby, with all the little paw prints. And here is the metallic red heart that I recently received for 70% off. And in that video, I mentioned that I wasn't sure why it was 70% off. And I did get a comment that this is a retired version and Pandora came out with a newer version. So I'm interested in going to my local Pandora store and seeing what the difference is between the two. So I really do appreciate the comments. Thank you so much. This one here is Always by Your Side. And we've got 2 little puppies. This represents my mother. For some reason, I don't know why, every time I've looked at this charm, it reminds me of my mom. Maybe because she wears a lot of black and white and she loves her flowers. I have no idea. But my dog has a very special relationship with Grandma. And this little heart with the bee, he's really goofy and he loves to chase bees and try to catch them in his mouth. So I don't know if he's ever been stung, but he still tries to do it. And then we've got this little puppy with the little hat, represents how my kids loved to dress them up when they were younger. And then we've got the family charm, love and family. That's what your dog is all about, right? He loves his family. My sweet pet with the little paw prints going across the heart, and then just a clip at the end. And really quickly, this is how it looks on my wrist. I like to keep the red heart in the center, I think, and then kind of offset it with the gold. But being that there's no clip stations, there's a little bit of movement with these charms, but it's a really comfortable bracelet to wear, and I like the combination of the black, gold, and red. This is another bracelet design that I created using some older and newer Pandora charms, and I only have 2 little dangles on this bracelet. And there is definitely a pink theme. So right in the center of this bracelet, the star of this bracelet, is this extra large silver heart. And my husband engraved this as an anniversary gift. So his nickname is Karma. That's what I've called him ever since I've known him. And so his nickname is Karma. There's 2 little hearts. One thing with Pandora's engraving is it doesn't oxidize. So it has to wear a little bit to stand out. So on one side is his nickname, on the other is mine. So I think that is so sweet. It's very personal, very personal. And then on either side, I have these rose charms that Pandora very recently released, I believe last spring. So I've had one and added the second, I think in the Black Friday sale. And I think I got a fairly good match. And then I've got my dangles, the little chocolate box. This one opens up and there's a little pieces of chocolate inside. And I think it is such a cute charm, just a little bit unexpected. And then I have some older Pandora charms. These clips here, they're absolutely beautiful. I want to call them the zinnia clips. Yes, I was right. They are called the zinnia clips, and they came in rhodolite and amethyst. So I have the rhodolite version. And then I have these beautiful pink roses, a light pink, and this was called a spacer at the time, which is kind of hard to believe. And then we have these kind of opalescent, black opalescent charms, a spacer, the regal heart open work, and then I've got a clip at the end with the pink heart. And then on this side of the bracelet, it's a little bit like symmetrical with the same clip, the same spacer. But then I have an older version of the hearts, and then a rhodolite heart, and then a little bit of pink CZs, just kind of tie in all the color themes. So this is one bracelet design that I created, and I really enjoy wearing it as well. It's very comfortable to wear. And this is a little bit of an awkward angle, but I wanted to show you how it looks on my wrist. It's a little bit loose, like I do prefer my bracelets. And there is the giant puffy heart, and it really stands out because it is so large and shiny. Next, I want to share a pre-loved purchase that I found locally, and I was so happy to find these olive green. These weren't Muranos, these were crystals. And Pandora did not have these in inventory for very long before retiring them. So I have the blush pink version. Actually, let me just quickly grab those. There is blush pink and olive green. I think that was it. I don't think they created any other colors. So here's the blush pink. And as you can see, there's a little bit of difference in these. This one here is my favorite, and the rest are a little bit more cool tone. But this fascinating olive green this is my favorite color, because green is my favorite color, but in particular this shade of green. These have been on my wish list for a very long time, so I was super thrilled to find a pair of these available locally. I already had one in my collection, so now I've got the 3. And right away I created this bracelet design. It matched one of my outfits for winter time. And I put a lot of the older two-tones and more oxidized charms on this design. So just to quickly show you what I have on here, this is the safety chain. That's a clip style. It's a beautiful safety chain. The He Loves Me with the diamond. This is the frog prints that Pandora initially did with the little flowers on the back and the 14 karat gold crown. Let me show you the other frog prints just so you can see the difference. And here they are side by side. So I prefer the older version by far compared to the newer. And look at the difference even in the crown. In the center of this bracelet, I've got these older clips. I can't remember the name of these right now off the top of my head. I managed to find this charm pre-loved. I was really happy to find it with the gold bow in the center. And I think it matches really well with this one. So I've got the 2 hearts in the center. These spacers are absolutely gorgeous. And look how much gold is on these spacers. My husband gifted a pair of these to me in one of our anniversaries. And then I have the 2 little bears, and they've got a gold heart in the center. This one here also has a large amount of gold raised up from the silver, and the love bouquet. So this is a bracelet design that I created using these olive green crystals, and also this new 2-tone charm that I found last fall. So next I want to share a little bit of a miss, a Pandora miss. And I have here a charm rod that is full of beautiful charms that are the celestial or winter theme. And this is a bit of a miss for me because honestly, I was so busy in the autumn and winter months this year that I fully intended to put these charms on a bracelet, and I didn't. I don't know, I just got distracted, didn't have time. I have other winter bracelet designs that I could always go to, and I left all of these beautiful charms on this charm rod. And I feel so bad about that. I don't know, it's not a good feeling. So I do have them kind of in some semblance of order of how they would look on a bracelet design, but I just never got around to doing it. So realizing that, I purposely am trying to slow down on the celestial and winter themed charms that Pandora is going to be releasing and has released. I didn't purchase any new charms from their winter collection of 2024 with the exception of one, and that is this little polar bear right here. And he's holding on, I like to think of it as the moon, who knows what it is, but it's a big opalescent charm right in the center. And I did get one that has a lot of flash to it. I'm really happy with the one that I received. There is some variation in those. So this is the only charm that I purchased from the winter 2024 collection, and I couldn't resist. Who could resist this cutie? But I did put him on a bracelet design right away, and I did wear this bracelet design quite a bit this winter. I really like how all the colors came together on this design. The pale blue combined in with the Pandora rose and little touches of special charms. I think this is one of my favorite winter bracelet designs that I came up with. And some of these charms are still current and available, and I also managed to combine in some older retired charms. So this charm does have a safety chain on it. This one I think is retired now with the little star and the moon dangle. And then I've got a celestial galaxy charm. This is the polar bear charm that's been long retired, and I like that little extra disc right there. This one here is one of my favorite gingerbread house charms that Pandora has ever done, because I really like the shade of enamel that they used. I think they just nailed it. It's so perfect. And then we come to the snowflake Murano, one of my favorite Muranos, the snowflake design on the edges. Pandora Rose Moon with the little star dangles. This one is also still available, this little double disc snowflake. And then You Are One of a Kind. This is retired, this little star clip. Little spacer with Pandora Rose, another one of the Muranos. And then this little snow globe, so pretty with the blue CZ in the center. And so much detail, like look how the snowflakes on the side, and then you even have more detail on the back, although you don't see the blue on the back. And what does it say? There's always an inscription, 1 in a million. This is a beautiful snowflake design that Pandora did that I was hoping they would do in silver, but they have not as yet. Although I am trying to stop buying the winter charms, so maybe I'm happy they haven't done it in silver. My polar bear, this one's long retired, this snowflake design. And then I've got a Pandora rose clip, ice skate. This one has been in the 70% off sale, I believe. And this is a gorgeous charm with the snowflake and the other little snowflakes dangling, and they made each of these little dangles different. And I really appreciate that because, I don't know, it just makes it that much more special. And another little shiny snowflake at the end. And then of course we have the mittens. And I love how the mittens move back and forth and the little enamel heart on it. So this is one of my winter bracelet designs that I really, really appreciate and have worn quite a bit. Another winter bracelet design that I've slowly been tweaking along the way, and I refer to this one as my snowman bracelet, but it also has a large number of stars on here. These are the Muranos that I showed you that were available back in 2017 catalog. Aren't they beautiful? So this snowman bracelet, I'm looking for a little bit of advice. So as you can see, I have little touches of snowman right here. And in this charm here, right in the center, this is Pandora's original snowman, one of my favorites. This is the 2015 charm with a little cutout snowman. And then we have this enamel one. So I really like the balance. Oh, I forgot to mention Olaf in the center. Actually, he deserves a nice close-up. So this charm was 70% off as well in the winter sale. The complete joy on his face, surrounded by all these snowflakes and CZs, is just absolutely beautiful. But what is also beautiful is the background. Look at the enamel work on this disc. The mountain, the trees, the snow, like Pandora really outdid themselves with the disc on this one. Just gorgeous colors. So on this bracelet, I have some star dangles. I've got 4 of them. I've got the 2 black, and then I offset the blue with the blue and the silver with the silver. But I do have some more snowman charms that I've been debating whether I should swap out some of the stars. In particular, I have another Olaf. Now this Olaf was been sitting in a Stackers jewelry box. That's my one regret of Stackers, is it is not anti-tarnish. And I did purchase the anti-tarnish strips, and it didn't work on poor Olaf here. As you can see, he is quite tarnished in comparison to the other charms. And I do need to give him a polish. But I do have this little snowman that I was thinking I could add in, maybe in place of these black ones, and maybe keep the stars, I'm not sure. But I have this little Olaf I could add in. And then I also have, yeah, see, this is sad. I've got more celestial winter themed charms that I haven't done anything with. This one I managed to retrieve from my daughter. She wore that opalescent snowman as a pendant, and she just recently gave it back to me. So this little opalescent snowman, he's so beautiful. Really like his little broom too. So I could add him in and maybe put him in place of the other star dangle. So leave me a comment below. Do you think I should kind of add in a little extra snowmans right here and leave the stars in the center? I could add the snowmans right here and move these stars towards the black. I'm not quite sure yet what to do with this bracelet design, but I would really like to get your opinion. So this is another winter bracelet design that I've had together for quite a while, and it's just really easy to wear. And I like the combination of the lighter colors, like this one right here, and some of the darker blues. So this winter bracelet design has some balance as well with the size of the dangles. Like this large snowflake combines in well with the large moon. And taking a look, I think most of these charms are retired. I can't remember if this one is, the blue CZ underneath the galaxy, These snowflake design right here, I wish Pandora never retired this charm. It's just really simple and so pretty on a bracelet. This is the Heart of Winter dangle. These Muranos, are these retired now? I'm not sure, but there is some variation in these Muranos with the little galaxy and the sprinkle of stars in the center. And this I know for sure is long retired along with these clips. Here is that little moon pendant that I had mentioned. The petite facet in blue. I've got some spacers and this little button charm, the galaxy charm, and just a really plain clip. Sometimes the plain charms are really nice because they let the ones with patterns stand out a little bit more. This is a gorgeous open work charm. The moon, and it looks like the stars and the sun. It's a beautiful open work. Another one of these Muranos. This little disc dangle matches the center really well. This was a nice combination. I've got the white opalescent. This one's got a little bit of a dark blue kind of bleeding through from the edges. I'm not sure what that's about, but I kind of like it. This is an older enamel charm that Pandora did with some swirling blue, a little bit of glitter with some snowflakes, and then the Heart of Winter. So I think because I had this bracelet design put together, the colors are very similar to this charm rod that I have here. And like, here's even another one of these Muranos. Actually, I think this is my favorite of the Muranos. There's a little bit more variation in the center. But I think because these are so close in color, that's why I wasn't in such a hurry to add these ones to a bracelet. Although the charms are so pretty now that I'm just looking at them again. But yeah, this is my miss. That was my bad. And I'm not sure. Another miss that I have to share with you is one that was very upsetting for me. I ordered one of these droplet rings, and I'm not sure from the picture if it's the garnet one. And by the way, I wasn't aware these droplet rings were using actual stones, or the synthetic ruby. I think it was the garnet. So I ordered it through Depop in Canada. And when the package arrived, the corner of the envelope was ripped and my item was missing. So there was a very dishonest employee with Canada Post that clearly ripped off my ring. And unfortunately, I didn't make a claim or anything with the seller because it's not their fault. But that's just definitely a miss, and that was really disappointing. Next, I want to share a few more pre-loved purchases that I've made since July of last year. This is the T-bar bracelet that is gold plated, and this one I gave to my daughter as a gift, and she absolutely loves it. And this bracelet is actually staying fairly firm, which she doesn't seem to mind. And she really enjoys just wearing it plain as is without any charms added to it. She's worn it quite a bit in the last 4 months, and as you can see, it's holding up really well. I created this bracelet design very quickly, and on this bracelet design, there are 2 new items that I've added to my Pandora collection. The first is the bracelet itself. This is a 14 karat gold clasp, and I managed to purchase this for $40, the whole bracelet, including this 14 karat gold clasp. The only thing is it's one size too big for me. So I'm contemplating either doing it myself or taking it to my local jewelers, getting this gold clasp put onto a smaller size bracelet. Have you ever done that before? Leave me a comment below. Let me know if this is like an undertaking that's super expensive or very easy to do. Maybe I can do it myself. And then also on this bracelet design, as you can see, there's a lot of two-tone oldies on here, but there is one gold charm, and I managed to find the puffy heart in 14 karat gold. And the camera is showing up all the little scratches that happen through wear. And I did take this one into my local jewelers because I wanted to confirm that it is gold, and they did confirm with me, yes, it's definitely 100% 14 karat gold. They did the gold test on it. The reason why I took it to my local jewelers is When I first received this charm, it was like a really light tone of gold. Like it wasn't looking as deep toned as like regular gold. So my local jewelers did give this charm a polish and they cleaned it, and maybe it was just tarnishing, but for some reason it was showing really light toned. Another purchase that I've already shared in my previous video is this cherry blossom ring in 14 karat gold. And then I managed to find one with Pandora. So this is the new one with Pandora. This is the one I purchased. They're very similar with the enamel. Maybe one's a little bit paler in color, but there's the exact same size and they look so pretty stacked. So really happy to have a pair of these cherry blossom rings. And I want to refer again to a catalog. This is the Winter 2013 catalog. And I managed to find a beautiful old retired ring. So on this line here, I've got this silver rope. This dewdrops with the black onyx and diamond. There is a store locally, it's kind of like a pre-loved boutique store that currently has this ring on sale, but it's, I don't know, I think it's a little bit pricey and I wasn't quite liking how tarnished the ring was. Maybe I can bring it back to life, but I've been debating this one. I would love to find this Stella ring with the diamonds, but this beauty right here, the elegant embrace with black onyx and diamond, $365 Canadian it was at the time. This is the ring that I found. And as you can see, it is a beauty. There is the 14 karat gold and the diamonds. You've got one on one side of the black onyx and there is the other. The band is so unique because you have this beaded detail that kind of separates, and then you've got the smooth band. This ring is in such fantastic condition. There's the hallmark at the bottom. There is no size on this one. Older Pandora rings, they didn't always necessarily stamp the size, but such a beautiful ring, and the black onyx doesn't look damaged or chipped or anything. So let me just quickly put this ring on for you. You can see how it looks on the finger. So with this ring, I have the option of wearing it on this finger or this finger, but I'll just kind of show it right now on this one. So you can see how the two bands look separated from the back, come together at the front, and how large that black onyx stone is. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous retired Pandora ring. I think this catches you up now from my last hits and misses video from July. I promise to be more regular from now on, as I really do enjoy making these videos and I do find it helpful to keep track of my collection this way. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and if you enjoy my content, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.